Hi, I'm Scott Sheldon, and welcome to this episode of Winegazer. Thank you so much for tuning in. So there are times when I'll run across a particular wine or even a winery that I really feel is bringing it when in terms of quality to price ratio. And I've had a few wines from the Hahn Family Winery, and in the last month or two, they've all been under 20 bucks, and I feel they're just really good wines for the amount of money that they cost. And so I really feel compelled to share these things with you when it happens. And so, the Hahn Family Winery, it's Nikki and Gabby Hahn. Back in the mid-70s, they bought two vineyards that used to be ranches. There was the Smith Ranch, it's like a big horse ranch, and then the Hook Ranch, which was a cattle ranch. Both of these are on the Santa Lucia Highlands, looking over the Salinas Valley. And so, by 1980, they came out with the Hook and Smith Cabernet Sauvignon that got a lot of high acclaim. By 1991, they started the Hahn Family Winery label. And the whole idea was to provide accessible, affordable wines, kind of for everyday people that, you could find, that you could afford, they are enjoyable. And so even though Smith and Hook was really, their first brand, it's really the Hahn Family Winery brand. That's their primary brand. So I'm really excited to try these two wines, and hopefully, I can tell you that you should go out and find them. That they're going to be something that you're going to be happy with for the return on your dollar. So the first one, got a 2011 Chardonnay, coming from the Monterey AVA. Rolls in at $14. 14% alcohol, 95% Chardonnay, 5% Pinot Gris, 15% of this a little new French oak. See, there's the little rooster, red rooster on the label, and essentially Hahn means rooster in German, so just a little homage to that European heritage of the Hahn family. Let's give this a pour. So these wines, I had them both in the aging section of the cellar. Just had them at 55. Brought them out. They've been sitting out for about a half hour or so. I didn't want the white to be too cold. I like to, really drink them at a little bit warmer temperature than a lot of the restaurants and people serve them at. So you can really smell and taste more of the nuances in the wine. So a little peek at that. Nice light golden hue coming off. Alright, let's get some air into this. So the Hahn Family Winery, it's like over 1,000 acres now, about half of which are on the Santa Lucia Highlands. So you got really nice fresh pears coming through on the nose. Yeah, and like really, really wonderful pineapple component as well. Got a little bit of minerality there. No trace of oak. I'm not picking up any oak. Very nice clean nose on this wine. And you got a little bit of lychee in there. So really, kind of tropical on the nose. More fruit forward, kiss of minerality, no wood. So let's give it a taste. So you got some really fresh peach flavors coming through, some mango as well to complement that. Picking up like a banana component as well, kind of at the tail end, kind of like a banana or a plantain kind of thing, kind of like almost a caramelized banana component, yeah. Yeah, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of that vanilla from the oak is coming through. And there's a great lemon zest component on the aromas that I didn't I didn't catch it the first time, but it's really wonderful. Let's give it one more taste. You know what? I'm liking the mouthfeel on this wine. It's medium bodied, crisp acidity, and a lot of length on it. You know, a lot of length for a $14 wine. I gotta tell you, great mouthfeel. You know, it's putting me in the mood to eat. And talking about food, food pairings, little grilled chicken, little grilled fish, maybe like a shrimp and crab salad, that kind of thing on a nice summer day, really complement this kind of wine. I'm going 3 stars, and I think it's really a nice wine. It's really a great price point, and I think I'd recommend that you check it out, and I think you'd enjoy it. Let's move on to wine number 2. Okay, so wine number 2, we have a little GSM Blend, 2010, coming from the Central Coast, AVA. Rolls in again at only $14, 14.5% alcohol. And the makeup of the blend, we got 62% Grenache, 34% Syrah, and 4% Mourvedre. Like 40% of this saw some new French oak, and again, excited to try it, you know, for the price point, you know. I love finding good wines that are under $20. It just gets me excited, you know. So take a peek at the color. I don't know if you can see that in the light. Nice medium dark ruby color. Alright, let's get a little air into this. Let's give it a smell. Okay, so got some red raspberries, you got some black cherries coming through. Nice herbal notes too. You have like some sage, and then there's also like some crushed violet as well. Really pretty nose on this wine. There's some oak that's present, but you know, it's a really great mix. Everything's really well integrated, and also I'm picking up some black pepper. You know, that's coming from the Grenache, and it's just really almost a seamless mix, seamless blend of fruit and wood and herbal notes, a little bit of floral, you know, aromas as well. Really, really, really pretty nose. Let's just give it one more sniff. Yeah, it's really nice. Let's give it a taste. Wonderful, like a black cherry cola. That's really dynamite. I like that a lot, and that's delicious. Give us another sip. Yeah, you got some raspberries there too, but you know, they're kind of darker. They're not so fresh. They're more cooked, kind of jammy. You know, kind of got some raspberry pie action on the palate. Really nice. Again, the acidity in this wine is really, really nice. Both of these wines have good acidity, good food wines. Give it another taste. Nice tannins, you know, coming from the Syrah, and the color, nice dark color again from the Syrah, and you got that Mourvedre adding a little structure. Nice blend. You know, I think GSM blends are really one of the things in California that you can really get a lot of value for your dollar. You know, they're not just dealing with one vineyard. You know, they're sourcing grapes like. In this case, you know, Central Coast is a huge AVA, so it gives the winemaker a lot of freedom. You know, regardless of what kind of weather we had, you know, this year or that year, they can go out and source grapes and really use some artistry in the winery to come up with a really delicious blend. And this is a great example. This wine is not terroir driven at all. This is winemaking. This is, blending. This is sourcing. This is putting something together that tastes delicious, where you're trying to get where the sum is, the sum is greater than all of its parts. And then this wine is really, really accomplishing that. And let's give it one more taste. Yeah, I mean, for 14 bucks, this wine's bringing it. I'm going 3.5 stars. And, it'd be great, like with some charcuterie, some artisanal cheeses, made for barbecue right there. A little bit of some barbecued ribs, nice steak or a burger. You'd be a happy camper, I'm telling you. Give this baby one more taste. So, I said 3.5 stars because it's only $14. So I have a question for you. When it comes to wine reviews and wine scores, do you think that the price should be a factor in the score? Because a lot of publications, they score the wine strictly on the taste, the aromas, the color, the structure, the balance, but not really taking the price into consideration. A lot of times these wines are tasted blind, and the taster has no idea of the price. But do you think when it comes to scoring wines that should be a factor? Is that something that you'd want to have the reviewer take into account when you're in the store and looking at these scores? I mean, should they be handicapped a little because they're a little bit cheaper? I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. And so, delicious wines, I recommend you check them both out. And again, great food wines. You want to check these guys out online, Hahn Family Winery.com. And hope you enjoyed the show. Hope I compelled you to check out some good wines, both under $15, bringing some quality to price ratio from California, Central Coast AVA. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Please comment below. Tell me what you think. Should we take this into consideration, the price of these wines when scoring them? And so until next time, cheers.